Over the past few weeks, I've been sharing the type of tech that I use and my experience with it. And next up is the monitor that you see in the background right now. This is not just any ordinary monitor. It's a smart monitor, Samsung M7. Now, this monitor offers something that most monitors do not offer. And I'm going to tell you about it. So let's get into it. Let's start with the design of this monitor. This monitor, it is really nice. I think it has a nice modern look. It is very adaptable, has a nice black color, and well, I don't think it comes in any other colors. It's just black, and it is thin. It's not too thin, but it is thin. Like, it has a thin body, and it's not necessarily too flashy, which I really like. If you wanted to, you could actually use it as a straight up TV, because it is the screen is large enough to be able to camouflage as a TV, I would say. It's a 32-inch display, so that is the screen size of some TVs. I wouldn't say most, but some. So you can get away with it. Let's touch on the hardware, and it comes with a solid stand that is attachable at the bottom with a screw. You're gonna have to use a screwdriver to be able to firmly attach it, but once it's attached, it's really firm when it stands and it doesn't necessarily wiggle too much. If you're the kind of person that likes to mount instead of just using it on the table or the stand, it is mountable. You can get the mounting gear if you so wish, but I think that you have to buy that separately and do that on separately. It doesn't come with it in the box. This monitor has physical buttons underneath, like you can control it, your basic on and off navigation, things like that. And it has 3 ports, 2 HDMI ports, 1 USB-C port. And this is kind of what kind of bummed me out when I found out, that it doesn't have an aux cable, so that you can't connect your own speaker unless if it was a Bluetooth speaker. You need like Bluetooth connection to be able to connect an external speaker. However, sort of like the good news is that it has a built-in speaker. So I don't necessarily think it's too much of a big deal, but that's the drawback in my opinion, because with an aux, you can buy your own speaker, and then the speaker can be really good depending on which one you buy. And now here you're just stuck with the built-in one. Let's talk about the display on the smart monitor, and it is really good. You have a 4K Ultra HD with HDR capability display. And as I've mentioned before, it's a 32-inch screen, so it is already a TV. As you can get away with it if you wanted to. So it is a really good display. Content looks really good. Like, the picture is really vivid, and it has smooth playback. It doesn't necessarily give you any jitters or anything like that. Like, it is a very smooth and pleasant watching experience. You can watch YouTube, your Netflix, maybe your Apple TV, depending on which streaming site you're on. Content watching on this is gonna be incredible. You're gonna enjoy it. And in the event that you're not so satisfied with the default color of the picture, you can actually change it. It has different modes. There's cinematic, there's game mode, there's sports mode, all these things that you can actually switch between. And if you wanted a little bit more deeper control, you can go into the settings and actually tweak the brightness, the contrast, everything that you want to your liking. The software on this thing is Samsung's Tizen operating system. Now, this is generally, I just found out when I bought the monitor, was that it's an operating system that Samsung has or provisions for TVs and their monitors, well, the smart monitors in this case. So that's the type of operating system that you're going to be working with here. And it is a very user-friendly experience. Everything is available to you. It's easy to use. It's easy to navigate. Does not necessarily confuse you too much. The tab panel shows you the various workspaces that are available to you on the smart monitor. And one of the things that is available to you is Dex. You are able to connect your Microsoft account to be able to actually work with Microsoft documents in the cloud on the device, which is great, very convenient. And you're able to connect your PC to the monitor and actually, use it as an actual monitor. And the reason why I kind of say that is because I don't use it for that purpose. I use it as a TV. So whatever streaming service that I'm currently on, Disney Plus, Netflix, whatever, I watch content through it. And mostly I watch YouTube through it. But yeah, generally its purpose for my needs is as a TV. A whole lot of devices that we have nowadays have an ecosystem or in some sort of ecosystem, and this smart monitor is no exception. If you have the Smart Things app, more convenient functionality gets opened up to you. You can use your phone as a remote to control the monitor. You can up the volume, you can decrease the volume, you can change channels, you can change your settings, you can switch it on and off. Whatever it is that you want to sort of control, you can do that through the Smart Things app. So that makes functionality really convenient when you don't necessarily want to look for your actual remote and you have your phone with you. Because you probably have your phone with you most of the time. So let's just say you're on the internet application on the monitor, like specifically on the monitor. You can actually use a keyboard and a mouse to be able to navigate and, browse whatever it is that you want to browse, which is really cool. And if you wanted to connect your PC, the functionality of your keyboard and your mouse actually gets transferred to your PC, which is really, really nice. And it doesn't necessarily make you use different accessories for your PC. The ones already connected are usable. Let's get to the reason why most people actually buy a monitor, which is gaming, right? And in this instance, this monitor is really good for gaming. It's not the best monitor for gaming. I think it offers you a lot of features and functionality for gaming specifically. However, there are technically other monitors that do way better than this one. And for me, my experience, it has been really, really good. You can game in 4K. However, for me, in my experience, I don't know if this is the actual problem with the monitor or my console, because I have an Xbox One. Like, it's very outdated at this point. When I try to switch on the 4K setting, like the entire screen just has red dots on it and kind of freaks me out. I don't know what's going on there, but it doesn't appear really pleasant, and gaming doesn't necessarily work properly because of those. Like, everything else works, but like, it's just, for me, those settings, whenever I switch it on to 4K, just doesn't work well. So I just leave it at 1080p, and that works fine. Like, the resolution is really fine. I can't complain. When you connect the gaming console to the monitor, it actually recognizes the gaming console as a gaming console. It's not just another HDMI input. So this actually helps it to be able to implement some of the standardized gaming mode features whenever you load into a game. So that is really nice. So let's just say at one point you switch off the TV, you're done with the gaming session, whatever. And then let's just say like 5 hours later, you come back for another gaming session. You switch on the TV, it automatically switches on the console, and then you can actually like directly go into gaming. So that's actually really cool. But it does get annoying because every time you switch on the TV, it switches on the console, which sometimes I don't like. I just want to watch YouTube sometimes. So, I have to switch off the console manually. I think that is something that is buried deep into the settings where you can switch it off, but it is a minor inconvenience when you actually deal with it on a day-to-day. And yeah, other than that, like, it is a really, really good. There are more updated Samsung smart monitors at this point. There's the M9 and there's the M8. The M9, I think, came out like a few months ago. It's really new, if I'm not mistaken. And for me, I have the M7. I bought this like 2 years ago, and I don't necessarily need to sort of jump to the next one. And who does that with monitors anyway? Monitors on products you update on a year to year. Just look at the specifications that you want for a specific monitor, see if it serves your purpose, and if you like what you see, you can purchase that one. For me, this one serves my needs really well. It does everything I needed to do and then some. So in the event that you're actually looking for a monitor, if you're looking towards the Samsung M series, in this case the M7, they have different specifications. I think the M8 doesn't have a whole lot of ports, so please check if you're looking for a smart monitor. But the M7, if you can find it at this point, is really good in my experience. Monitors are not necessarily known to give you all the features that the M7 gives you. They're only known to connect your PC or desktop and gaming. That's basically most of what monitors do. However, this one, with the added functionality, gives you more versatility. And just for that, I think it's a good buy. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you in the next one.